Today we're playing the very, very first Doom. We're doing the first Doom. We're doing the first episode. We're doing Hurt Me Plenty because I'm not good enough for ultra violence and I'm not masochistic enough to do it on Nightmare, which is purposely broken. God, I love Doom. This is the new version that just came out to celebrate the 30th anniversary of this here Vigi game.
30 years of Doom.
30 years of Doomin', baby.
You know what Doom spelled backwards is?
Mood.
It's a whole ass mood.
It's a whole ass mood. It's true. The Doom vibes.
Doom vibes.
Doom vibes.
We're just dooming.
Just dooming it up a little bit. What can I say? Doing a little dooming on the weekends.
Two dudes dooming on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Two dudes just dooming it out, man. You love to see it.
Love to see
love to see some dooming. Oh, dooming. Oh, God. I forget how to activate that to go grab the shotgun. Whatever.
So, Mr.
Yes,
Carson.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you explain to the fine folk just how much you love Doom? Because I've seen you play Doom quite a bit.
Oh my God, I love
Doom. And every other version or clone or kind of adaptation of Doom, you've played quite a few of them.
I have.
So I know you like this style of game.
Oh yes, I do. This is when people say boomer shooter, this is exactly what they mean. It's the classic, you're running as fast as you can through these levels full of monsters, and you're collecting different keys and going through mazes. It is the game that spawned 1,000 imitators. It's not the first one. Wolfenstein came before this.
Oh, really?
Yes,
okay,
and which was also by the same people, though, which is id Software.
Got it.
And then before that, there was, oh God, I'm blanking on Catacomb. There was Catacomb 3D, which was before Wolfenstein. And then I believe there was a tank game or two that kind of did the same similar-ish thing. But when people think boomer shooters, or whenever you have indie games that are trying to replicate, or in some cases just use the same goddamn engine, this is what it is.
Okay.
It's Doom.
I need you to educate me a little bit too.
Okay.
Because I hear that word, genre, descriptor, whatever you want to call it, boomer shooter, a lot. And I imagine boomer is not in reference to the generation.
It is
of our parents, the boomers.
It is and it isn't in a joke way. It's not a reference to actual boomers, but it's the idea of if you like these kinds of games and you like them more than what modern shooters do, you probably are more into boomer shooters, and that's totally the case for me, because more modern shooter would be your Call of Duty, right?
Sure.
That's always the go-to, where you're aiming down sights. You have cover. Typically, so to give you an example, right? Here's the map for Doom, just looking at it. This is just the second level, and you have all this going on through here. I'm hurting myself to prove a point, but it's fine. Jesus, I don't want to actually kill myself. So you have these big stages with all these secrets and stuff. This is actually one of the smaller ones since it's only the second stage in the game, but still, you have these. Yeah, this is actually probably not the best map to be proving my point. But the point is that there's more than just straight hallways, right? Mm-hmm. In a lot of modern shooters, they are very, very, very linear. You are just going on one set, straight path, shooting guys, and they have to be built that way because you have to go into cover, and you have to hide, and you have to wait and pop out and shoot. This isn't like that. The biggest defining trait for a boomer shooter is where you do not stop moving. Because in Doom, and with other boomer shooters, when you're running through the game, the best defense is to never stop. In a modern shooter, if you pop out when you're not supposed to, you're going to get killed.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, if you stop moving, you're going to get killed.
Okay.
Because then enemies have a lock on you. So you have to be constantly moving, constantly shifting. It's very fast, and that's why I like it so much. Didn't need to take that right to the face, though, but that's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Doom Guy takes a lot. It's cool. It's fine. Crazy, though, is that this game, this new version of Doom, so some features with it. The previous version had mod support, but it was very, very selective in what was uploaded. Like, they actually had to go through and curate it and stuff. Interestingly, and I haven't looked at it today, but interestingly, this new version does not have that. It has mod support, but instead of it just being very specific, highly curated mods, they just let anybody upload whatever the fuck they want. And boy howdy, has it been interesting, because there's a lot of shit that just doesn't work and is broken, which is kind of a bummer. But there's also plenty of shit that isn't. And I'm very curious to see how this is all going to shake out in the long run, if they put in like harder locks or disable things, because there's some stuff that is like really old, just people re-uploading old classic mods that people have made, right? And then you have a lot of those that use copyrighted materials from other people. Like, for instance, there's a Mario Doom, which changes all the characters to like Mario characters. Instead of playing as Doom Guy, you're playing as Mario, and you have like the zapper instead of the gun, and like the I think the bazooka is like the super scope and stuff like that. Like small things like that. And then there's some that are kind of cool, like Fistful of Doom, which remakes Fistful of Dollars. You're playing as Clint Eastwood basically instead of the Doom Guy.
I kind of love that.
And it changes all the enemy sprites so that they're actual like banditos and shit. So like it's kind of cool. And then there's been uploads of you know what, I'm not even going to say it on air. There's just been some interesting stuff.
Sure.
There's been some interesting stuff. And I'm just very curious, because I don't think a whole lot of it has been removed, and there's plenty of shit that breaks the game and crashes. And the only reason I even bother to mention that is that all these mods are also available on the console versions of this game. So it's just very interesting to be able to get on your Xbox and be able to play like Simpsons Doom, where you're shooting a shitload of Ned Flanders and like Barney Grumble and shit as Homer. And it's really, really obnoxious because it's poorly made, and like the sound effects on it are just, oh my god, like
grating to say the least.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like it's from that era where people were like, oh yeah, like this is a sound, this works, this is fine, and then didn't really take into account like how replacing a sound can kind of not work, because like the Doom Guy gets hit in this game, he's and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It gets kind of really old when you have Homer going ah! every single time he gets hit.
Yeah, I can see.
Or every time you like kill a demon, they and that's it. They fall down, they're dead.
Sure.
Gets really old when there's one line that they're just repeating over and over and over again. Like, it is very much early 2000s, just poorly made bullshit. But it's interesting that they're just kind of allowing the floodgates to open like that, and just kind of letting whatever be put up. I'm sure there's a level of moderation, or there definitely will be here before long if there isn't already. But it's just interesting. Like, modding is a huge part of Doom's history and a big part of why it's lasted as long as it has. So it makes perfect sense for them to include it. It's just very rare that you see companies kind of roll through and just be like, gloves off, whatever. Like, there's plenty of shit that doesn't work. People have, I haven't played it, but there's this one mod that came out, I think, last year, called myhouse.wad. And the story behind it is this guy that's like, I made this a really long time ago with a buddy, and that buddy passed away, so I just wanted to upload this. And again, I have not played it. I really need to, because from what I've been told, it's like the craziest and also scariest Doom mod ever made. Like, it's genuinely terrifying, which boggles my mind, because I know there was a point in time that people played this and were like really scared because of the demon noises. Like, you've always been able to really like like for me, this game is fun because it's like, oh yeah, the fucking Doom guy. Like, who gives a shit? He's just angry and wants to murder all these demons. Like, yeah, this is great. Like, I'm not scared at all. But I can totally understand someone who in 1993 would be playing this, and it's like, oh my god, it's like I'm in the video game. And then having like headphones on and having a demon growl behind you, like, and you don't know where they're at, but they're somewhere, they're nearby because you can hear them. Like, I could get that. I think if I was a kid and I played this like back in the 90s, I would have been pretty spooked by it. But like the idea that there's people that are saying this mod within this game is specifically very terrifying because it's like one of those deals that just subverts everything that you're expecting. Like, I need to give it a go. But a lot of people have tried to upload it on to this game, and apparently there's so much like changes and stuff that it does that it doesn't work. And people keep fucking uploading it, and I don't know how it passes the checks, but I've downloaded like 6 different versions of it, and none of them work.
Shit.
So it's like, I don't get it. Like, that's a huge no-no to put out a game that can crash pretty easily, and these mods make the game crash pretty easily. So it's one thing on PC, right? It's one thing on PC when you have a game and it crashes, like whatever. It's another thing when you got that on consoles, though. Like, no one really gives a shit about Microsoft's opinion, but Nintendo, holy fuck, Nintendo is my favorite Italian video game. What can I say? Oh, I love the Nintendo, baby. Ah, yeah, everybody's favorite Spanish plumber, Mary. Yeah. You see, the joke is that if it's a Italian Nintendo, then Mario's no longer Italian. You see, it's subverting. This is a great bit. It's a great bit. It's very funny. People will remember this bit forever. They'll look at me on the street and they'll say, hey, Nintoni. And I'll be like, yeah, I can't talk right. This has lasted way too long. Anyway,
you were... I'm sorry, I wanted to really bad, but in the middle of you saying like, oh, this is a great bit that people are going to remember this forever, I wanted to just like straight up Adam Sandler you and be like, no, they won't.
Yeah,
no, they won't.
No, they won't.
You imagine what they'd be like.
Yeah, you would say, remember. You know, the guy who was playing Doom and he made a really funny joke and everybody was like, oh, he got it on. Woo-wee! No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. You can imagine what it would have been like if they did, huh? Huh? Okay, good, great, grand. No yelling when I got a chainsaw!
Damn.
See, that's a good bit.
Now that's good. Now he's got a chainsaw.
Now I got a little bit of the old chainsaw. Yeah. But yeah, no, this particular version's great. Because they added online for up to 16 people. It has deathmatch and co-op. It also retains split screen, which is really cool. Strangely, though, the split screen goes for up to 8 people. It was 4 before, now it's up to 8, which I don't know how the fuck that could possibly work. Anything? Yeah, like I have no fucking clue how that could work.
Yeah, you need to have a television like 3 times the size of this one that we're playing on.
Yeah, and this is a big TV.
A big fucking TV.
My old projector might work.
Yeah, maybe.
But even then, you would need a really big fucking wall. And at that point, it's like, if I have the resources to do all this shit, it might just be better than, like, it's fucking Doom. Like, if we're all going to be together, it might just be easier to, like, get a bunch of different laptops and whatever and, like, do a classic LAN party. But I appreciate the fact that the option is there.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're like, yeah, there's plenty of people that'll use this. I think it's just one of those things of like, this game is ancient and has been ported God knows how many times. This isn't a necessary feature, but we're going to put it in there because we can. And whenever someone does something, especially in video games, not for the reasons of practicality, but for the reasons of because I want to or because it's funny, that's the best fucking reason to put anything in a fucking video game. Like, hands down. Like, it's actually crazy the amount of shit that has been put into games throughout history that it literally just came down to, oh, this would be really funny if we just left it or changed it or put something dumb in there.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, there was one in particular that I was trying to think of. I think it was like one of the Grand Theft Autos where there's like a cutscene and it was supposed to be someone that just like runs away, but there was something that screws up in the scripting. So when they ran, it never failed. They would hit a car and the car would instantly explode. And it went from, oh, this is a bug that we really need to fix, to like, no, that was pretty funny. this one person just running out and just boom. Like, no, we're going to keep that. That's good. Yeah. I don't remember if it was Grand Theft Auto, though, but I know that there was one in particular. 'Cause there's like every so often, there's like 3 times a year, there's a good Twitter thread that will go around where people just share little like miscellaneous trivia like that. Mm-hmm. And I want to say earlier this year, that was one of them where someone was like, it's great to like you wouldn't believe the amount of shit that gets put into video games that the ultimate reason comes down to like just because it's funny or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was one of them that really stood out to me, where it was like a scripting thing where it was like, oh man, we really need to fix this. And then like they watched it a couple times and were like, you know what, on second thought, no, let's just keep it. This is great.
I do love that. I feel like, I guess that's, well, I don't know. I don't know the full lore of it. I just know that there are a lot of instances where it's kind of like an inside joke within the dev team or whatever, and then they just put it in because they think it's funny.
Oh, absolutely,
and
yeah.
Then it becomes like part of the lore. Like Mortal Kombat is pretty notorious for that. Like all of those characters are essentially jokes. I mean, Noob Saibot is, Ed Boon and Tobias, whatever his name is. And then, like even Ermac and Chameleon, like they're all just jokes.
Oh yeah.
And then they become part of this bigger lore, and that's something I always thought was fun and admired about a team that recognizes that in terms of their own internal team, but also then it becomes a part of the community too.
Yeah.
Like it's incredibly endearing. It's a great way to show that you have engagement and listen to your audience, but not in a way of I'm going to use the example that I hate constantly going back to, but not in a way of, hey guys, the fans didn't like The Force Awakens, we got a hard pivot or whatever. Or no, maybe it was the second one that they had to do that.
I think Last Jedi was the second one.
Yeah. So they,
I actually liked that first one. I actually liked Force Awakens.
The second director got all this flack for it or whatever, and then they're like, hey, let's just bring back JJ, and he's gonna have to put together his best hand. Okay, how do you suppose we do that? I don't know. Somehow Palpatine survived? Yeah, sure. It's fantastic.
I am also a very big fan and proponent of because I'm not a fighting game guy because I'm no good at them. Mm-hmm. But I still appreciate them and I still like to play them with other people. And I love when fighting games have joke characters
totally.
Like fucking Dan in Street Fighter.
That's so funny because I'm not a Street Fighter guy at all. Dan is fucking hilarious. And I didn't realize Dan was a joke character until well after the fact. And stuff like that is funny to me.
Dan is great. The Dragon Ball games, especially the Tenkaichi and that new one that's coming out, Sparking Zero, they've already shown off the joke characters for that, and that looks incredible.
Who are the joke characters?
Oh my god. So you
can spoil it, I don't care.
So the best one that they've shown so far is fucking Hercule, Mr. Satan. So he was in Budokai. So he's been in a bunch of those games, right? Yeah. But they always give him like a jetpack or something to fly. So this one, they've gone out of their way. They do not give him a jetpack this time. He is like the only character that cannot fly. He is strictly on the ground and he runs around. But when you attack with him now, he just like poses and shit. and then Boo shows up and smacks the shit out of the person and then takes off. So that's his entire thing, is that
That's
like
his gimmick?
he can't fly, but his evasion is like super high.
That's
so he's like really hard to hit. And then when he does attack, Boo shows up and fights for him. But you don't play as Boo.
Right.
So it's just like he'll pose and be like, like,
So you
like,
get a computer
yeah,
assist, basically?
Exactly.
Got
It's great.
That's fun
Like,
as hell.
that's the kind of shit that I
Yeah.
adore.
Yeah.
Sparking Zero is like, those Budokai games I think is like just as video games. Like, I don't think they're great. They're wonderful fan service and they're super fun to play with like other people, like with friends. But as just like, hey, this is like just based on its own merits, I don't think they're great. I don't agree with that with Sparking Zero, though. I think Sparking Zero looks incredible, both for the gameplay and just like, oh my god, the animation on it that they've done. Like, frankly, the Dragon Ball games, especially once like Budokai rolled around, animation and like presentation has always been those games' strong points. But
Yeah.
like, holy crap, this new one is just wild.
I really haven't watched anything about... I didn't realize it was a fighting game. I thought it was a different...
So that's the
I
one
thought it was
thing.
more like Legacy of Goku. Or, no, what's that new one?
Kakarot.
Kakarot,
So it does use that similar style, which is like the 3D brawler, which I've not... I like it in Kakarot.
Kind of like... did you play the Xenoverse games?
Yes, it's exactly like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest with
see,
you.
I'm
I
like...
played Xenoverse 1, and I had some fun with it, but I never finished it. I got to a point where I was like, I don't know. I don't want to do this anymore.
That's fucking fair, because like I loved Xenoverse 2.
I hear Xenoverse 2 is kind of different though.
It is, because the problem with Xenoverse 1 is that like you're just replaying through the events of Dragon Ball, which is like every Dragon Ball game, which
True.
whatever.
Yeah.
But like with Xenoverse 2, it's similar. It's the same thing. You're playing through these you're playing through Dragon Ball, but what makes it interesting is that you're a time traveler and there's bits in the timeline, like within these stories, that get changed, and you're there to like counteract that and make sure history actually happens like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of fun. Like there's some twists on it. It's actually kind of different. It's not like a great story, but it's something. The thing about it though is that it's just like, it is really, really long, and it does get repetitive. And like, if you're into the gameplay like I was, and you're okay with that repetitiveness, like it's fine. But I can totally see why anyone would just be like, yeah, there's plenty of content, but it's all sort of the same. Like,
Yes.
I can't blame anyone for like not finishing either of those games. I will give them credit though. Xenoverse 2 is like a fucking decade old, I think, at this point, and they're still updating that bitch. Like,
That's
it's
insane.
Yeah, like they still are adding like new characters and like whole ass new modes. Like a couple years ago, they added this whole brand new mode with like a little campaign on top of it where like you don't really fight. It's like you basically play chess with different Dragon Ball characters, and you kind of like it gives a whole new thing, because then you can like use your money to get like different characters and stuff. It's crazy. Like, yeah, they've done a lot with it, which is surprising, because especially those anime games, like, let's be real, maybe not quite as much anymore, but for a period of time, Japan may not have gotten yearly sports games. They'd get them like biannually. Their version of yearly sports games was those fucking anime games. Like, I've not really played them, so I can't comment on the quality, but there are so many of those fucking like Naruto games, and there's an ass load of Dragon Ball games, tons of Bleach games. Like, I feel like One Piece too. That's another one that's got a shitload. Like, I feel like any anime that has like traction, especially now if it's like internationally, it gets a fucking game.
Sure.
Like, I don't know what the fuck Demon Slayer is. All I know is that Sega makes a bunch of those games too.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Yeah.
I've not watched it either, but I know it's like really huge.
I think a couple years ago, we were at that Halloween party, and I want to say a couple of our friends' friends, I guess. I don't know. People that we know. I want to say they dressed up as Demon Demon Slayer characters, and I had no idea who they were, but they did like a really good job. You were there.
Which you got to remind me, man.
Oh man, I feel terrible blanking on their name. I'm so fucked.
Oh, not even that. Just like, where were we?
Oh, Jackson's. It was the Chili Cook 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I thought those were Demon Slayer characters, but maybe they weren't. Maybe they were something else.
No, I think.
Yeah.
You're talking about Angela.
Yeah. What?
They did do One Piece, but I think
But that was like last year, I thought.
I think before that they did do Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Angela's a huge anime person.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like knocking it. It's just like one of those things where it's like I don't watch it, and I don't know anyone who does, and that doesn't mean it's not popular. It's just I don't know shit about it.
Sure, no, same. I actually, between the last, it's not new, but for me, a newer anime that I watched, I was between that and Kill La Kill, and I went with Kill La Kill because it was just one season, 25 episodes, in and out. I loved it.
And you've already basically watched Kill La Kill. It's like Sonic Adventure 2. Not really, but it is.
Not at all.
That's like the joke that always gets made about it, just because of the one chick has the blue hair, and then the main chick has the black and red hair.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, visually, I suppose, but and they have like, one half of the scissor blade, but Kill La Kill is so much fun. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. And I love that kind of show, like single season, 25 episodes, a real just beefy, dense story, but you also have to throw in a couple of like, fun one-off episodes, like, Samurai Champloo has the baseball episode. Outlaw Star has the Spa World episode where Gene he fucking what's that Greek guy? Is that Sisyphus who keeps rolling the boulder up the hill?
I've honestly never seen that show either.
You never seen Outlaw Star? I would recommend it. I love that show so much. Right now at this point in my life, I know like the big Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Toonami ones are like, Bebop and Dragon Ball Z and however many versions of Gundam there are. Outlaw Star was one of the first ones too, and I remember liking it as a kid, but I didn't like really enjoy it until much later. And I watched it. I borrowed the DVD set from Jackson like 5 or 6 years ago, and I watched it in like 2 nights, and I was like, fuck, man, I slept on this. I love this so much. And then I rewatched it again recently just because it's one that I can kind of go back to all the time. Everything about it, I just fucking, I adore the hell out of it. And it's got it's a little bit more, I hate to say like more kid oriented, because that's not the right word for it, but I think one of the things that people don't like about like Bebop is that it's which is a minority, I know, but I know people that don't always love it's not slice of life. That's not what I'm looking for here. It's not like fantastical, right? It doesn't have superpowers and stuff like that. It's just, pirates in space with guns, or and Jeet Kune Do or whatever. And there's some similarities there with Outlaw, but there's also like they utilize the spiritual Tao or Tao, however you want to pronounce it, for some cool like magic elements. So there's like a part of it that's kind of fantastical and magical. And Gene has this badass weapon called the caster gun, because he's not a wizard, he's just a regular dude, but he can like combat these Tao spells with this gun that like each bullet is embedded with a spell. So he can like either counteract or do a one-shot on a character that has some kind of weird, gimmick or whatever with these bullets. I always thought that was just kind of a nifty little thing, and it's a one-shot and done kind of thing. Like, you got to do this because like these bullets are also like really, really rare for him to get. He has to find like a magic man or a shaman or whatever to make them for him. And that's the spa episode where he constantly gets rolled down the hill by a giant snowball and gets to see Aisha Clan, the cat lady, completely naked. Which is fantastic.
Which is fantastic. By the way, I told Mr. Bretsky when we started that this was probably going to take not very long, and I supremely underestimated that.
Misjudged.
Yeah.
Misjudged.
I'm at the end of this episode. I'm going to kill this boss, and then it will be over.
No, you said about... I think it's been about that.
No, I said 20 minutes for the other game that I was going to play.
Oh, you thought this was going to be an hour?
Yeah, I thought this was going to take a little bit longer, but I forgot.
You know what that means?
I've played so much. You know what, though?
That means you get to do another game.
Yeah, or
do Doom 2 or something.
You know what? We will do... We'll take a little poke-see at a couple mods and see if there's anything good that I've downloaded that we can kind of laugh at a little bit.
Sure. You want to keep it in the same episode, or you want to do it as a one-off?
We'll keep it in the same episode because we want
more of just like a let's see what this is kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. Is this a boss? Or
yeah.
Just these two Minotaur guys?
Yeah, they're two Hell Barons. They're all right. They're okay.
Helen.
They're dead. They're dead now.
Hell Baron.
So here's the thing with Doom, though. When this game came out, it was using the shareware model, which was you would get the first episode of a game on your computer for free.
Yes.
And then you could spend money to get the other 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 6 episodes.
Yeah.
For however much, for mail order. And this is how the shareware version would end. Because you would beat that boss, then you would walk in, and then all these guys just start fucking shooting you and shit, and then the episode ends, and then you get this screen. Once you beat the big badasses and clean out the moon base, you're supposed to win, aren't you? Aren't you? Where's your fat reward and ticket home? What the hell is this? It's not supposed to end this way. It stinks like rotten meat, but looks like the lost Demos base. Looks like you're stuck on the shores of hell. The only way out is through. To continue the Doom experience, play The Shores of Hell and its amazing sequel, Inferno. And that's how they would hook you.
And that's how they get you.
And that's how they got your money, and that's how they made so much stinking money off the first game.
Yeah.
And then they made Ultimate Doom, which had Thy Flesh Consumed and even more episodes and stuff. So let's see here. What do I have downloaded? Here we are. What a good one. This is Thatcher's Tech Base. Can you guess who it may have been made about?
You know, I was gonna hazard a guess. What is that? That's from shit. We just talked about this last week too. From fucking Austin Powers, when he's trying to not get aroused by the fembots.
Yeah.
What does he say? Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day.
Yep.
Oh yes.
That's like the funny thing though, is that like this is actually really well made.
Baseball, cold showers. Baseball. I love that that's his go-to. Oh, sick.
Baseball, cold showers. Yeah, there's a
10th circle of hell. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay, I've actually never played this before, so I have no idea what we're in for. So like, if it gets real bad, you'll understand why there's a jump cut.
That's kind of like In a weird way, I'm kind of oddly relaxed by this infinite wall of whatever that face was.
So normally these are all red, and they're supposed to be like the faces from Doom 2, but they've been changed to the Union Jack colors. We're just gonna go. Oh my god. Wait, was this it?
Oh, I guess it was just,
okay. Voice acting and Margaret Thatcher. Everyone.
There you go. You did it. Well, I mean, it was.
Oh, was that the beginning? Oh, wait, what? It's like the beginning of the Star Wars. I didn't fucking know. In Northern Ireland, investigate the underworld fortune of Thatcher's tech base. This is amazing.
That's pretty fantastic.
Oh my god. Hey, I got a gun. There we go.
Nice. Were you always left-handed? In Doom?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. I was just wondering if maybe,
I never even really thought about it until you said
maybe
that.
he did it left-handed to as a nod, like driving on the other side of the road.
They did recolor all the sprites and stuff, though, to be blue and different. Which probably has, like, some sort of significance, but I'm not British, so I don't know what that is.
True, same.
All right, let's look at another mod.
Thatcher.
We'll look at one more. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you.
Oh, get out of here.
I knew there was one I wanted to show you specifically. Okay, so for this part, I would like for you to fade out of our
background music.
Our background music,
Okay.
so that you can fully appreciate this MIDI version. Yeah, Ram Ranch.
Oh my God, do you get to go into the showers?
Oh, bud, just wait.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I was like, there was something specific that I wanted to show Brett. What was it?
Oh my God.
And I have now remembered.
There better be 18 naked cowboys in these showers.
It's probably gonna be 18 naked demons, but
That's fine.
that it
I'm okay with
works.
that. I'll let it slide this time.
Here you are.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
baby.
Look at the Garfield.
Oh my God, is that the Luigi? That's how it is on this bitch of an Earth? No, it's a different one, but... Oh my God.
18 naked demons.
Oh, but there's also got to be 18 other naked demons out in the yard.
Oh, yeah.
There's actually 36 naked demons total.
Actually, wait. Okay, never mind. I was looking to see how many demons there were, the head count, and it is 122, but that's okay.
I think that's a multiple of 18, right?
It might be,
I don't know.
actually.
I'm not
Yeah, off
math.
the top of
I'm
my
not
head, I'm not even sure.
Not a math.
Here we go. We're out in the yard.
Oh, they're out in the yard.
We're out in the yard.
18 more naked cowboys out in the yard.
Oh, we got the BFG over here. Give me that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, there they all are.
Oh,
They're all shooting at me.
God. Wow.
Look at it. Look at them all. There you are, bud.
There they are.
Yeah, let's go. Oh my God, there's even a cyber demon out here. They got everybody at Ram Ranch. Yeah.
Does the BFG just like explode and then hit everybody else on screen?
Yes.
Okay. My God, this is chaos.
You're right. This is Doomin, baby.
This is 18 naked cowboys out in the yard.
What's great is that the demons can hit each other and they'll start fighting each other. So me going in a circle like this, if you'll notice, some of them are starting to fight one another.
Yeah.
And they will kill each other, and that's like a legitimate strategy.
Oh, okay.
They got a bunch of them that are going after that fucking cyber demon right now, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Because those cacodemons are going to be easier to handle.
What are the floating head guys?
Those are the cacodemons.
Cacodemons.
Yeah. I love the MIDI music.
And that is fantastic.
The MIDI version. I totally took a rocket right to the face, though. Just playing it the classic way, baby. Circle strafe for days. Oh man, I'm like out.
You ain't got no bullets left.
Out of bullets.
Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs. There you go.
Hang on, I might have enough to fire the BFG one more time. Oh, I do. Maybe even 2 more times. Oh my god. Damn, he just took that right on the chin, though.
He don't care.
There we go. Oh, we got him, but
This is so harrowing.
I know, because I took that rocket right in the face because I was circle strafing. I didn't see that tree right there.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. So I noticed earlier you had armor, but you were still taking damage to your body.
I'm going to be straight with you. I've been playing this game for decades now, and I have no fucking clue how the armor works because it's not like other games.
Where, yeah, you typically the armor goes first and then it goes to your body.
So in this, it depending on how much
yeah.
armor you have, that negates a certain amount of damage. I have no idea how much. I have no idea how it works.
Weird.
I have no clue.
Is there a difference between green and blue armor?
Blue puts you over 100%. You can get up to 100%, and then it stops. Same with your health.
Okay.
But then if you pick up the blue, you can have 200%. But yeah, there's some like math behind it.
Got it.
And then everything after this is just going to be Doom 2. But you know what? That is a great spot to end
That's
it.
fantastic. I love
Ram Ranch is the perfect spot.
Ram Ranch.
Ram Ranch.
18 naked demons out in the yard.
If you don't know what Ram Ranch is, please, after viewing this wonderful video, go look up Ram Ranch. Change your life a little bit.
Link it in the description below.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.